Na verdade, eu sempre acreditei em mim mesmo.
Renan Barao is probably up there with John Jones as the best pound for pound in the world right now.
I feel like I was made for the sport. I just kind of caught on really fast to it.
Within the first month that TJ was part of Team Alpha Male, I thought this guy will be a world champion.
Huge victory for TJ Dillashaw!
These two guys are both going to deliver. You know you're in for a barnstormer.
Renan Barao is absolutely one of the best fighters in the world. He's gone nearly a decade without losing a fight. That is an incredible streak. In a sport where you say you can't win every fight, he wins every fight.
E eu sempre falei, acho que se Deus me prometeu, ninguém vai mudar, ninguém vai tirar de mim. Então, isso aí me motiva cada dia bastante, meu irmão.
Renan Barao has been like a wrecking ball in the division. He's gone through the best fighters out there, like a hot knife through butter.
He took that back with outstanding!
Eu com um estilo bem agressivo, né? Eu sou um atirador de elite nato.
Strike, stun, submit. That's his style.
Então, e também eu luto para dar show para todo mundo, para todos os fãs, todas as pessoas que estão ali de madrugada me assistindo.
Nobody's been able to touch him, and each time we think, you know, maybe this is the time that somebody's going to be able to get him. Maybe Eddie Wineland's got what it takes to catch him and knock him out. He couldn't get it done. Maybe Faber's on such a hot streak right now, maybe he can get it done. Nobody's been able to do it.
In the first time we saw him fight Uriah Faber, I think he was a little bit cautious, a little bit tentative. This time he went out and absolutely destroyed him right from the opening bell. For Renan Barao, it was a night to prove to everybody that he was a deserving champion, no longer interim status. He earned that title. TJ Dillashaw is a guy that's been flying under the radar a little bit, but now he's the guy with the chance to unseat Renan Barao and win the championship belt.
It's exciting to be the one that's going to shock him, you know, because it's going to happen. The only blemish I've had since The Ultimate Fighter was Rafael Cincel. You know, super close fight, fight of the night.
I was there. I think he won the fight. So to me, he's 6-0 in his last 6 fights.
He's got this brilliant wrestling, but he's so technical now in his striking.
Training with Team Alpha Male, he continues to get better every day.
You get him in the practice room and it's just fire, man.
Underneath the tutelage of Dwayne Bane Ludwig, he's adding punches, kicks, combinations.
It's kind of like the teacher's pet with Dwayne. You see it in his game.
TJ and I were the closest for sure, and he's my best pupil.
He kind of saw the respect that I was giving him and just took me under his wing.
The timing of this fight couldn't be more interesting. It comes right after we find out Dwayne Bane Ludwig is actually leaving Team Alpha Male.
The last time he's coaching Team Alpha Male is going to be my title fight, and we're going to get that belt.
Eu conquistei, o cara que ninguém tira de mim. Acho que se tornar meu, o cara que ninguém tira, então...
I just got to plan on being the better athlete that night. Being more well-rounded and just put everything together. That's how I'm going to beat him.
Então eu vou estar lá bem preparado, 100%, para poder provar ele que ele está totalmente errado.
This is a fight between 2 Olympic athletes. That's not something you can say every day. That is a special moment. Daniel Cormier, it's his opportunity to show that the light heavyweight division is his new home and he is deserving of being a top contender and getting a shot at the belt.
This fight with Dan Henderson should, and I'm telling you right now, UFC, I want a title shot.
Meanwhile, Dan Henderson, 43 years old, he still wants to wear a UFC title before he retires.
The only goal I still have that I haven't reached is, you know, to get that UFC belt. It's the only belt I don't have right now.
Daniel Cormier deceived when he steps into a fighting arena. He transformed.
Big right hand! Bam! Nasty shots by Cormier.
I think Daniel Cormier looks fantastic in the light heavyweight division.
205 is my weight division. It's where I belong. It's where I probably should have been fighting the whole time.
205 from Mr. Cormier!
The matching of Daniel Cormier and Rashad Evans was his cutting his teeth, if you like, in the light heavyweight division. It doesn't happen. Rashad's injured, he gets Pat Cummins, but he did what he had to do.
Cormier, he just wanted to come in and get busy and start his path to the title. This man wants the belt. There's no doubt about it.
If you see a division where you can be the champ, why not go and chase it?
Bottom line, Daniel Cormier needs to beat a big name to get a title shot. Patrick Cummins, no offense, that's not going to get you there. Dan Henderson is a big name.
Dan Henderson is nailed down Hall of Fame in this sport.
At 43 years old, still one of the greatest fighters in the sport.
I feel good. I'm still able to compete with the top dogs. Until I can't compete at that level, I'm going to keep fighting.
Every fight he's it is an exciting war.
You look at what Dan Henderson has been able to do for more than a decade in the sport. Pride champion in 2 weight classes at the same time. The one thing Dan Henderson has not done is wear the UFC title. He wants to do that now.
The winner gets a title fight. I think he's in line for that as well.
If anybody deserves a title fight, it's me.
This will give me that chance to fight for the title.
It's a big deal for our sport, and it's a big deal for Dan and I both.
Oh, goodness! That is some serious power!
It's going to be kind of a chess match. We both hit hard, but it's a matter of who can implement their game plan.
I really do look up to Dan Henderson. I think he's great, but I can wrestle better than Dan Henderson.
His takedown is going to be a big thing for me, and him probably defending my takedown is what he's going to want to do and not get hit by my right hand.
Dan Henderson has an experience advantage on me, but I think I'm faster than Dan Henderson. You just put him in the cage, and I'll go beat him up.
I plan on being better than him everywhere in the cage.
You know what, man? I'm going to go in there on May 24th, win my fight, and then just sit on the sidelines and wait for my title shot.
When you hear that Robbie Lawler is matched up against Jake Ellenberger, instantly as a fan you start salivating.
This is one of those fights that have you literally running for the TV screen or running to buy your ticket.
I think every fight fan loves to see Robbie Lawler fight, a guy that's been fighting since he was a teenager.
Even though I'm 32, I'm getting so much better, I'm getting stronger, I'm pushing myself.
This man has lived the life of mixed martial arts, but now I think he's fighting better than ever.
Knocks him down with a combination!
Jake Ellenberger, also a heavy hitter.
I'm in this sport for one reason, to become world champ, and I know I can do that.
Big shot by Ellenberger.
Knockout power in both of his hands, incredible wrestler as well. This is going to be a fun fight. Robbie Lawler is coming out looking to reestablish himself as a top contender, coming off a fight of the year performance, an incredible championship fight.
What a war between these two guys.
Robbie Lawler and Johnny Hendricks went toe-to-toe, back and forth for 5 rounds. Both guys looked like they were going to finish the fight.
I pictured myself winning, I saw myself winning.
And at the very end of the 5th round, Johnny Hendricks gets a little bit of momentum, and Johnny Hendricks walked away with the decision winner.
My whole goal is to win the title, and that didn't happen, so nothing's changed. I need to keep getting better and build on that performance.
If he can pick up a win here, I think he can earn a quick rematch at the title.
I think I showed the fans a lot of me that fight, but I feel like I have more than that. I know I have more than that.
Every punch he throws is to knock you senseless.
He's a genuinely likable guy. And when you couple that with a guy that comes in and throws bombs every time he's in the cage, how can he not be a fan favorite?
It's testament to Robbie Lawler that he's getting back into the octagon against a guy of the caliber of Jake Ellenberger so quickly after the Johnny Hendricks fight.
This is a pretty quick turnover, but my body was asking for it, and I feel good, and I'm ready to push myself.
Jake Ellenberger, I think, is absolutely one of the best athletes at 170 pounds and has been for a very long time.
This is my year. I feel like I'm 1 win away from a world title fight.
Jake Ellenberger's got all the tools to be the champion of the division.
Very, very powerful. He's got a great wrestling base to start from, but he's a heavy hitter as well.
The kid has some dynamite in his hand.
He can finish the fight in 1 punch.
I'm confident in my speed, my skills. I can win this fight anywhere it goes.
That is the power we were talking about.
I think Jake Ellenberger is flying under people's radar, but a big win here, and he's right in the top contender list.
There's not a doubt in my mind that there's not anybody in the division that I can't beat, so I'm excited to get back in there and show that.
I'm going to win this fight by winning every round, winning every second of every round. And I feel like strength's definitely in my favor.